Hello everyone, this is Travis with Flid Transport LLC and Landstar. Today I'm going to go over load boards. I've had about 10 emails and some requests through YouTube, my Facebook page, and a few other places in regards to what the Landstar load board looks like. So today I'm going to give you guys a bit of a sneak peek as to what it looks like. As you can see on my screen, I'm new to using the screen share option, so bear with me if I have a few goof ups. We'll work through it together, right? But this is my professional driving apps. These are what I use while I'm out on the road. These are just tools that keep me going, make things a little bit easier to access, fuel discounts, my driver profile, stuff like that for Flying J, Loves, TA, etc. I also have TransFlow on here, and with Landstar, when you're deliver, you have the option to, if you have a truck and can scan it, it only costs $1 to do that. If you have the app, just to take a picture, send it in. I believe they said it's $2. I don't really keep track of that as of right now. As time goes, I will be more aware with that. So I'm going to get my little pointer deal here. So down here we have the Landstar One App. So this right here will be the app that we will be using on our mobile devices. Now you can also go like down here in the bottom of my screen, I have the Google Chrome, or if you use Firefox or however, that is our browser. So a lot of that will be your desktop version. So for tablets and handheld, mobile devices, smartphones, with that capability, we will be using the Landstar One app. I have had issues with the app going down a couple times, so then you come down here and you just use it on the browser just to kind of search for loads and so on and so forth. So on this, we'll go ahead and click into the Landstar One app. So this is what the interface looks like. You can click on your fuel, see awesome fuel discounts. I'm up in Tacoma, Washington right now. I'll give you guys, I guess, a sneak peek what that looks like. So this has some rates for what is around here currently. There are some places where you can get down to like $1.20 a gallon. The green, like right up here around Bellingham, you can see fuel is $1.86, somewhere right up in here. Those prices obviously are super, super awesome. When you click into it, let's say this Flying J, we'll click on that guy. So this shows at the pump, if you click off the Landstar discount and the IFTA, at the pump we would be paying $2.75. With the Landstar discount, and like what would come back onto your card, looks like we get 25 cents off per gallon, so it drops it down to $2.50. But then the IFTA state tax credit for Washington is 49 cents. So with all that, it's safe to say, like at the end of the year or whatever, you would show that you paid the $2.75, but our discount would be the $2.01. So it's super, super awesome. All right, so I'm going to back out of this now and get back to the load board, what everybody's been looking at, wanting to see here. So go into my load search. Now here, this really makes it super, super easy. This is just very basic, these search fields here. I do have a save tab. This has the routes that I normally run, states, and all my information plugged in and saved. These do expire after a while if you do not use them frequently, so I always try to go in at least once or twice a week, just see what's out there, update in the settings that I viewed it, update the calendar date from the time period that I'm searching for the loads, and so on and so forth. So I'll go back. So we're going to go back into load search. So this is our basic, where our pickup, our drop-off, our pickup dates, our drop-off dates, trailer types. There's also a spot down here for more filters. So, this gives you agency codes. This gives you a whole list of things. And what you got to realize is the more that you click on in here or anywhere on these screens really will start limiting you down if you get really, really picky as far as what, type of freight or what, agents you want to work with and so on. So since I'm up here in Tacoma, I'll click into West. This has everything on the west coast. So right here, as you can see, you have Alaska, California, Colorado, Idaho, Montana, Nevada, Oregon, Utah, Washington, and Wyoming. I don't care necessarily my drop-off date. I always leave that blank. Down here, our pickup date, if you click on it, it gives you a cool little calendar. Today's the 19th, or the 18th, so the next, work day or whatever they would be working on is the 19th, so we can go ahead and click on that. This shows us the range. How many days out from the 19th do we want to search for loads? I like to do 16 because this helps me plan out my week. As long as my loads are delivering right, weather's looking okay, it's safe for me to look out and kind of plan out my week or secure loads without having my first one or even my second one dropped. So trailer types, this is very, very important. Just because, like right now, I am a hotshot, just because I am a hotshot does not mean that I would not look under flatbeds, 48 footers or 53, power units, and this is all the trailer types from the mobile app. Once you do this on the browser, it actually will spell out what you're looking at. So let's see for flat. So there's 23 options that we have for flatbed that Landstar recognizes or advertises for. So as you can see, here's all the options. What I would consider, what I could put on my truck and trailer would be a 48-foot load, 53-foot load, because sometimes these loads are going to be small. They're going to weigh 2,000 pounds and they're only going to be 20 feet long. I'll have a 35-foot trailer and I can haul up to 14,000 feet. So with that being said, selecting these does leave the options open. Now, an important thing to remember is when you do this, don't feel like if you get it rejected a few times that it's not working out, not good. It's good to have these selected. The only reason why I'm saying that is because if you go in, a lot of the times when they're listed for this, I have a spring ride trailer. Most of the time, if it's like 10,000 pounds or 5,000 pounds and they want, it's listed under 48 or 53, they're typically looking for air ride. I have found, though, a ton of loads that qualify for spring ride that they didn't care. They didn't even know hot shot was an option. So as you can see down here, I have hot shot flatbed selected. Awesome. We also have air ride flatbed. So there are hot shot trailers that are air ride. So if I was air ride, I'd be clicking those. And then down here you can see spring ride flatbed. That's selected. For special, I do have needing power only or dual power only. I have found some really killer loads that they are just needing their trailers moved. So in that case, or in that situation, I would drop my trailer either at a yard or put it in storage along my route if I knew that I could get back to it easy after making the delivery, or even if it was paying well, I would deadhead all the way back. So these are good options to have. There are lots of hot shot trailers that people want, cargo trailers, other flatbeds moved, and you can't be hooked up to your stuff. So step deck, technically, they do make hot shots in step deck. 53-foot step deck, though, right here. If there was something that they just wanted to go on a step deck and that's the only thing they ever loaded on, some agents, some customers say, hey, I want it on a step deck. If you have a flatbed and there's nothing specific that they need the step for, then you would just use that space. So as you can see, right here, even hot shot step deck, sorry. Yeah, I'm trying to see here. Step deck with ramps, which we have, spring ride, etc. So this really opens us up instead of just selecting hot shot flatbed. Anyway, so right here's our weight. So you can select your minimum RPM. I really don't like looking at that because sometimes you find loads that are good to get you to another load that's paying well. So I don't like to add these in because that, again, limits what you can do. So my maximum weight with this truck and trailer, 14,000 pounds, okay? That's cargo weight that I can haul. Now, with the length, you could put 40 foot on there. My trailer is 35 feet. So, if I am less than 37 feet, which this is showing, then I have kind of a better opportunity for freight that's coming up that's saying, hey, what's around this 37 foot range that's less than, and I mean, I have pretty good luck with it that way. Like I said, you can go into more filters. This just gives you, if you only want hazmat, direct shippers, all this crap. So there's a lot of information, a lot of stuff in here. So click done on that. So up here, end of the day, lots of loads have been picked through already, but let's check it out. All right, so if you're down in San Diego, California, going to Ellensworth, oh my gosh, I don't even know where that is. Definitely East Coast. It's over 3,000 miles, so you're going coast to coast. It's paying the revenue, which is not necessarily your line haul, but this is the revenue that the customer is willing to pay. So out of this, they would take your fuel surcharge, deduct that out. If you have any tarping or accessorials or anything like that, it would come out. And then whatever you guys negotiate for the line haul, that's what Landstar takes their 30% out of. Another good paying load right here, Independence, Oregon to Albuquerque, New Mexico. And I'll kind of show you. So down here, these are your agent codes, the MMY or the EDG. On your tablet, or at least on mine, I have independent wireless service on it, so I can actually make calls from my tablet. So that comes in handy. But if you click on this, it will take you to a phone number, and you'll be able to call the agent directly and tell them that you want the Independence, Oregon to Albuquerque load for the 19th to the 22nd. And let's click into this one to kind of show you guys a little more. So this gives us, the ID, looking through here, commodity code. This is like journal, appliance, whatever. There's a lot that falls underneath that. So right here, you can see the rate per mile is $2.45 a mile for hot shot. That's really really good. I mean, I've seen it depending on where you're at. There's some loads that go same distance for $4 or $5 a mile, but then it starts getting into specialty stuff or hazmat. And that's really where you start seeing those better prices. So on this trailer type, they're asking for a 53 but step deck, okay? But that doesn't necessarily mean that they would not load it on a hot shot. This right here, 14,000 pounds, this would be maxing my combination out. So I'd be grossing my 33,000 pounds. Shows us our distance, our deadhead origin, deadhead destination, and stops. So this shows that there are 0 stops other than the pickup and the drop off. There's no stops in between. This shows our dates of available pickup. So this shows 1/19/21 at 8 a.m. and 1/20/21. That is the latest that you would be able to pick up. Now, mind you, try not to ever get near your absolute deadline time, because some places will say, hey, that's when the doors close, so if you show up at 4, you're in trouble. Show up at 3:50, probably not getting loaded. So if it shows 4, be there at 3. Give yourself an hour loading time. Even that's pushing it sometimes. So dropping off shows you can do it the 21st or the 22nd of 2021, 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. Again, don't wait till the last minute. Like this 8 a.m., I would show up about 7:30, just depending on kind of the area, what they got going on. If they normally have a long line of trucks, then I would be getting there, 6:37, if I knew it was going to be a hassle getting in there. So down here, this just gives you other details. Preloaded, no. This is a direct shipper. Sometimes with direct shippers, it's hard to negotiate anything extra. As far as your, breakdown of the line haul to try and get more money in your pocket. So more fuel surcharge, or any accessorial stuff like that. So with this one, it shows that it's a load of spas, 1 additional drop. So it's not listed in there up here for extra stops, but it does tell us in our comments down here that there's 1 additional drop. So A load of spas normally will take up a 53-foot step deck. I see a lot of these advertised on here, or I shouldn't say advertised, it's posted on this load board, showing that, that they need the top step to put another spa on. So they use the entire 53-foot. Now down here, it's really cool. So if you find loads that you like, right, you can click this email, and that says, an email, a copy of this load to your email address. So you click yes. So now, show you guys this right quick. Let's see here. What's my Gmail? All my devices are going off now. So, Gmail. This is my fluid transport. So I'm going to click in here. Now it gives me, as a reference, this saves me this information right here. What we were just looking at. That way, if I find a bunch of different loads and I'm trying to put them together, this is just an easier way to say, okay, what company was this from? What's the number? Was it a direct shipper? Our pickups, our drop-offs, all that good stuff. So that shows that, okay? So that is pretty much the functions of the load board. There are quite a few, even though that these, this gives you how old they are, the mileage, and how much they weigh. If I was interested in going to Oklahoma and was in Salt Lake City, that right there is not too bad of a load. $1.82, it's kind of on the lower end. This shows right here, it's machinery. But there's lots of freight, Utah's okay for freight sometimes. For hot shot though, I've taken loads for $1.50. Going probably, let me see here. Yeah, going about the same distance, 1,100 miles. Not super, super happy about it, but what it did is secured me money for that time instead of deadheading away, not making anything. And right here you have the lovely state of Texas. Texas is a hot zone for hot shot freight. Also Louisiana, I've gotten a couple loads out of there already. But yeah, so on this you can kind of click the map too. I didn't really mention that before, but hey, it is what it is. So like I said, on this, if you click that, you'd call the agent. Those agent codes are really good. Save those, write them down. If you secure a load, or if you see that they get great freight in quite a bit, or loads that you like, next time you're in that area, take down the agent code, the name, give them a call, if you're heading up that way or however, and sometimes you can score loads. Sometimes you're getting them before they post them on the load board. But at the top up here, you can also kind of sort your high and low revenue if you want to do it that way. If not, you click into this, shows you the age, rate per mile, revenue, or deadhead, kind of to our location. So like I said, it's just a way to filter out, or however you're wanting to search your loads. I like to do revenue. If I see something that's paying big, rate per mile's good like that, I wouldn't take that unless I was really trying to get out of where I was at and just didn't care, trying to get back home and didn't want to deadhead. So but yeah, see, some of these are $3.24 a mile. Maybe I'll show you guys. Oh, like right here, look at this. It's 287 miles, paying $5.05. It's set up for the 20th and delivers the 21st. Sometimes if you can get there in a day, call them, if you load 7 o'clock in the morning and can get there by 3 at night, it's always worth giving the receiving end of this a call to say, hey, can you take it? Because the sooner you get it on and off, that means, there's that revenue and you're on to the next one. So this is the West Coast. Now check this out. Normally, hopefully I don't jinx myself here, right? But normally, the Midwest is the best for hot shot, and I'm sure many other styles of trucks, whether it's dry van, big rig, flatbed, stuff like that. So at the end of the day, we still have 46 loads. So this is what it's looking like out of Greenwood, Indiana. look at that, $218 a mile, but you're at almost $4,500 for your RPM, or gross revenue, sorry. Let me see here. Yeah, as you go down, I mean, you can see, look at these are, hot shot loads, potentially, step deck, 12,000 pounds. So, I mean, you could get lucky. Sometimes they do put the dimensions in here, and if they do that, then it kind of gives you a better indicator if you're a little hesitant about calling them. Like this, I mean, 3,500 for your revenue, 331 a mile. That's pretty good. Click on that. Not seeing any that's got dimensions in here. Sometimes agents do it, some don't. I really appreciate the agents that do. It just makes things so much easier. Right here, like this one. So this shows 24 foot long, 6 foot 6 inches wide, and 8 foot tall. That would fit on a flatbed. So knowing that, what you would do is call the agent, because this would be like a better guesstimate of like, hey, if I can haul 14,000, that's only 10,000, so that puts me in range. I'm not over length, I'm not over width, and the height I'm good on. So I could give them a call and say, hey, what's going on? Look right here. So check that out in the comments here. Tarps needed, 1 tractor, 21 long, 6 foot wide, 8 tall, 1 pallet with tires. So they get you some more information, are really specific with that. So that's really awesome. Looks like this is going from Wisconsin over to good old Quebec, Canada. So yeah, I mean, there's lots of freight up in the Rust Belt, as they say, of the United States, up around that Wisconsin, Chicago, Illinois area, Michigan, Ohio. There's a ton of freight, especially for hot shot. So if you guys are really, all about being OTR, over the road, that type of stuff, I highly encourage you to get freight up out of there. We're all in this together. Each of us have a different purpose, how much we want to make. Some guys want to run hard. Other guys just want to get a load or two and just be done for the week. Something short, close to home. Other guys over the road, they don't care. So, there's, we could probably even update this. Look at that. So we were at 46, I believe is what I was at last time. We're at 71 now. So let's see if there's any better revenue. We do have an office up in Rockford, Illinois. So if somebody was getting out of training this week, that'd be a perfect load to snatch. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely money out there, guys. And it's not slowing down. I mean, we are seeing even better rates in December, which normally December it starts slowing down. There's a lot of budget that is left over from the whole COVID stuff. Places shutting down that were not planning on that. So they're trying to burn through that budget. Now it's the new year. Normally your first couple weeks in the beginning of January by the analyst and the stats that are produced say this is the slowest time of year for us, outside of being like into November going into December. We have seen great rates, great rates going on here. So don't be afraid to take loads. My very first load didn't pay very well. You can go back to my video number 1 that I did, and it was some generators out of Dallas, Texas, and I think it was like $1.80. And then, I mean, you got to take into account, then Landstar gets their 30%, so you're probably right at, $1.50, $1.56, somewhere in there probably is where I broke on that one. So, I mean, once you get the hang of it, you'll start knowing how to talk to the agents, how to work these load boards, into your favor. And see at the bottom down here, there's an update. You can update your the calendar dates and everything, and it'll save that in. So yeah, super awesome. But anyway, guys, that's everything I had for you. If there's something I didn't cover that you wanted to see more of, please leave a comment down below, like, subscribe, email me at flidtransportllc.com or at gmail.com, sorry. It's flinttransportllc@gmail.com. We don't have a website up just yet. That is something that we might be doing here in the works in the near future. But as far as right now, it's just our generic email. But I appreciate all the comments, questions, and everything. There are a couple drivers that reached out, and I really do hope that I am making a difference for you guys. So like I said, if there's anything that you'd like to see that I didn't cover, please let me know. If you know anybody that's interested in this field, please refer them over to me. I have other guys like Toe Piglet and Holland Cash. I'd like to give a shout out to those guys. They're people in this industry that I looked up to. They're not associated with Landstar. They're all out doing their own thing, but they are people that I checked out their pages. They have great content, and I highly suggest, if you follow me, also follow those guys. Give them a like, share, follow as well. But yeah, until next time, guys, thank you, and I hope you have a great rest of your night or day whenever you're viewing this, and talk to you soon. All right.